Hey guys, Omni here. Welcome back for episode 5 of Netflix's live-action adaptation of Avatar: The Last Airbender. The last episode seems to have wrapped up all the things that the gang needed to do at Omashu, wrapping up finally with Aang passing Bumi's test while also kind of reigniting the light within his heart and kind of getting him motivated to get Omashu out of this rut that they've kind of been in. It was an interesting way to kind of change things up, but make it fit to the narrative that they're playing here. It's a really interesting episode. I think right now still episode 3's probably my favorite that we've had so far, but I'm excited to see what the rest of the series has to offer. So let's go ahead and hop in. If you want to see the full-length reaction, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you're on Member channel, get you access as well. It is a watch-along format, so you will need your own footage to sync up the time code so my reaction to the entire episode. Over there, you get the same thing for all the other shows and movies that we cover on the channel. You also get to suggest and vote on movies we react to each month. We got monthly Q&As, behind-the-scenes footage, to try to make it worth your while, so you are going to support channel. But guys, at the end of the day, I really appreciate it. Enjoy this reaction. At least leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already, because it really helps these videos out. With that all said and out of the way, let's go ahead and hop into episode 5, Spirited Away. Here we go. Oh! Oh! 5, 6? I don't know! I'm looking that way! I like that. Boomerang! Wait a minute, what happened to her satchel? Okay, it's there. I couldn't see it for a second, but she was using a puddle again. She needs to get used to pulling from her, what do you want to call it? Holster. Nice.
So, ice discs? That's new?
It's something
They're
some
little.
earthbenders do. Thought I'd try a waterbender version.
Your bending has gotten really sharp.
That's interesting. But yeah, like taking inspiration from other bending techniques. I like that because it also accentuates exactly how Iroh came up with the lightning redirection, was through observing waterbenders. I like that. There are pretty solid ways this series is kind of adding some additional flavor that helps accentuate things we've already known. That's what I like when things adapt stuff, is when there's something you can add into the conversation like that. And I feel like it's doing a lot of that here and there.
We've been running into the firebenders a lot more often.
We're getting closer to the Fire Nation border. It was bound to happen, even without Sokka's tragic dating attempts.
Hey, how was I supposed to know she was a Fire Nation soldier?
Look, we need to keep our guard up. At least
What?
the north. Aang?
Sokka just around macking people up every pit stop. Oh, Spirited Away. Is this going to be where they bring in Heibai? I like that's a little meta joke for Sokka always managing to pick up chicks everywhere he goes.
This is all my fault. It's the Avatar's job to protect the natural world. And that's just as important as helping people. How many more forced have died because I wasn't here? Because I don't know what I'm doing.
He's gotten a lot better the more this has gone on. The acorn. No, it's little Paul.
Gran says life is a cycle. And out of death comes new life.
Just like the eruption of a volcano. Though this is not nature lashing out at itself. This is interference, but still. The fuck?
Hey. No, it's okay. I'm not gonna hurt you. You lost?
No.
My name's Sokka. Rhymes with
Akka?
Akka and Waka Waka.
What? That's the second time we've had like
She looks very
contemporary
brave.
references
Do you have a name?
brought up within the show.
Well, maybe we can come up with one for her. How about Pippin Paddleopsicopoulos? The third.
Xiong made her for me.
Is Xiong your friend? Or is he...
Sokka!
No, wait.
No.
The firebenders just wanted to clear a path as they moved through the mountains.
And that's why they burned down the forest?
But after the fire, strange things started happening. our crops started dying. Our animals stopped grazing. It's almost as if the land itself had gotten sick. A few days ago, we sent out an expedition to search for food, and they never came back. My son, Sun-Hyung, he was with them.
Oh.
We know what it is like to live in fear. But this is something deeper, something beyond this world.
Whoa. I thought I was,
You're right.
maybe my vision was fading out there for a second, but no, that was an eerie little effect right there.
Any news?
No, sir.
And no reports of anything unusual?
None. Except
Except what?
one of the resupply merchants mentioned something about kids playing with ice blocks near Senland Pass.
So someone saw ice in a place where no ice should exist? Most people would call that unusual, wouldn't they? Lieutenant Jin? Unless they were an idiot.
I'll send some men to investigate.
God, he's gonna wear this guy down, man. He's gonna get fed up eventually.
I've always admired how you manage your commanders. If it were me, I'd send more resources to Zhao, see what he can do with a little support. Water the most promising seeds. You taught me that.
You may be right.
You know, we know.
Azula. Zhao didn't discover the Avatar, Zuko did. He's the one who displayed resilience and dedication. That's what I expect from a future heir, not self-serving flattery and coy whispers.
Oh, shit. He knew exactly what she was doing. Can't play the player, it seems like, but he also is watering that seed. He knows what gets under her skin. I don't think he really gives two shits about Zuko, but he's motivating her. It is interesting they decided to make Zhao a nobody who just weaseled his way into being somebody.
I need to get to the north so I can save the waterbenders. I also need to help these people so they don't lose their homes and the ones they love. The way I lost mine.
See, I mean, this technically is a bit of a detour. It's kind of a
Boomy said.
side quest.
The Avatar
So
has
they
to do
did
the
incorporate
impossible.
something like that. That little line too about Boomy, about choosing what you need to do, and he's got to be able to do, he's got to do all of it. That's the impossibility of being the Avatar.
You almost said something specific.
Oh! And now he's gone. Yep.
Katara?
Oh, that's cool. Oh, it's Heibai's totem. Oh, no, he didn't get sucked in. Never mind, he did just get lost.
This is the place.
Oh, unless they can't see him.
So, what do we do?
Oh, never mind. Never mind. Sorry, I read that wrong altogether.
And how will we know that this works?
I'm not sure.
But I will say that him coming across all, you know, whether it's Kyoshi Village, whether it's this village,
I'm trying to concentrate here.
you know, there's always something he's got to do, and he's trying to do all of it. While we don't necessarily have a ticking clock, so to speak, we get to see at least that supplemented with the struggles of having to try to shoulder the weight of all of these different burdens and expectations along the way. Like, he doesn't want to turn a blind eye when he knows he needs to be going a certain direction. He's trying to figure a way to save everybody.
I think it worked.
What indication do you have that it did?
Katara?
Oh, what? Oh, whoa, what the fuck?
What is happening?
I don't know. Aang? I've separated my spirit from my body, but somehow I brought you guys with me.
How is that possible?
What the hell?
Get us back now!
I'm sorry.
What the hell just happened?
We're in the spirit world.
Oh, okay, I see.
Don't mention the Avatar. We can't let word get out.
So in this, they differentiated the spirit world and the astral plane. Oh, technically the original series did too, but that wasn't something they really established until later.
I heard some waterbenders might have been around these parts not long ago.
No,
But you remember hearing about them.
sort of.
Temper.
Perhaps this
He was so awkward about that.
Did you see the waterbenders?
No.
Come fuck you.
But I heard the Avatar might be traveling with some waterbenders. Is that right, Mookie?
That's what those pirates said. No, it wasn't the pirates. It was that canyon guy.
The canyon guy and the pirates. That's kind of funny. I like that.
I'm gonna lose him. I'm gonna lose everything. There's blood in the water now.
Oh.
Help me!
The hell?
She's crazy!
June! Yes, okay! And her sheer shoe. Dude. Dude.
What are you looking at?
A low-life bounty hunter?
Big talk for a little boy. I'll let it pass because your dad's kind of cute.
Oh.
I've always felt I was a spiritually attuned person. That might be why I crossed over with you.
Oh, is that a frog or a froggy thing?
I have no idea how he got in here.
He didn't.
Assuming they
Oh, we
realized they
didn't
don't
even get
belong
to
in
see
here.
it.
None of you belong in here.
Who said that?
No human belongs in this realm.
What the fuck? Watching Tong. Why?
Please, excuse Sokka, he didn't mean anything.
Aang, who are you talking to?
What the fuck?
What do you mean?
They do not hear what you hear.
Oh. Oh.
Their small minds are incapable of comprehending my speech.
What the
I
fuck?
hear you.
You are the Avatar. They, however, the longer they stay, the more dangerous it will become for them.
Dangerous?
Dangerous? Or is it gonna eat us, isn't it?
He looks
That should
wicked
be the
though,
least
but
of his
what about the
worries.
library?
There are
Where?
creatures here that will do far more than devour your body.
If he's here, then we're not doing the library if we get a second season?
All we want is to find our missing friends and
That's
we'll get out
disappointing.
There is one
That's side
who
eye.
lives in a stone hut not far beyond the woods. He may know what's become of your friends. There are things in here that will reveal truths to humans. Truths they're never prepared to face. And that can cause a great deal of pain. Farewell, Avatar. And remember, stay on the path.
Maybe he just took a little vacation to return home for a minute.
Bye-bye, Birdie.
Bye-bye, Birdie.
The lesson is over,
Oh! Yes, I liked that. That was a great detail. It going from yellow, like regular orange fire to blue with her rising anger and frustration. It's getting hotter.
Azula, you're the best. Everybody knows that. You're perfect. It's not good enough.
God. Ozai's fucked her up so bad.
Apologies. I got distracted watching a game of Pai Show. The street players in these parts are quite good.
I'm sure they are. Now, let's go.
They didn't follow the expected tactics, but that was their strength.
Uncle, is there...
There's a lesson in this, man.
Their minds are open to new ideas. And so they are ready when a solution reveals itself.
No!
June is the best at what she does. And if she fails, she doesn't get paid and she doesn't eat.
Her loyalty is to money.
Rules are different out here. Commander Zhao knows this, and he is already making moves, while we have yet to draw our tiles.
I like their little storyline, man.
So, tell me about this Avatar.
Also like that they, I mean, removing the creepiness of some of the stuff that Uncle's done in the animated series with when it comes to June. They flipped that script a little bit and made her coming on to him.
I can deal with the truth. What I can't deal with is getting eaten by some giant spirit monster.
Oh, there he is.
Hey,
Dude, he looks
please
so
tell me that's
good.
some spirit language only you
Oh,
can
and you can see
understand
the
and
scratch
saying,
on him from his
"Welcome,
totem.
friends."
Just stay on the path. Babel said it'd be okay as long as we stay on the path.
We're on the path. We're on the path. We're on the path. We're on the path, we're on the path.
Get off the path! I can't bend.
Nope.
I can't bend.
Nope.
Hey, Skunky, why'd you pick on someone your own size?
Aww.
I didn't mean me.
Jeez. Oh no, and into the fog. Like from Korra?
Pain.
Oh.
Pain. So much pain.
It's a QB.
I must have landed harder than I thought. I'm a little discombobulated.
You're funny.
And you're a talking fox. I need to get to my friends before they get eaten by that monster.
It's not a monster.
It's actually kind of like the swamp.
Don't you know what it's like to be hurt?
Well, these scratches are making me pretty irritable.
Do you always make jokes when you don't want to talk about something?
Mmm.
What? That's not what I do.
Ooh, the
You
truth.
should go. I hope you can recombobulate.
Oh, whoa, what the fuck was that?
Be careful. The fog can be...
It's like
Sokka?
all of it slapped all together. Oh no, not creepy, laughing, giggling children. Oh, fucking shit. Did she just get jump scared by her little self? Oh, she got to face the day that their mom died.
Katara. There you are. I've been looking all over for you.
Is it really you?
What?
No.
Come on. We're late.
Now, is this going to be a truth-revealing experience or one that's trying to lull her into being stranded here? Oh. Right, we're seeing her as she is currently. What they see is baby Katara.
Where's the waterbender? We know you have one in the village. Turn the bender over. Or die.
Wait! It's me. I'm the waterbender.
That's horrific, man. She feigned the motions like she was going to attack.
So much despair.
To sell the convent. What the fuck? Wasn't Ko, was it?
More like Mud World.
Good one.
Well, that doesn't seem right.
Oh, what the fuck?
Dad?
Oh, shit.
For the strength and leadership displayed during his ice dodging trials, I grant this mark of the wise.
Aww.
You did make it exciting, though.
Bato!
You were cutting it a little close around those icebergs, weren't you?
If you hadn't have been on the boat and stepped in...
we all came through in one piece.
Selecting the right crew is part of being a wise leader. It's why we do the trials with help from our friends.
No.
You see?
We just started ice dodging, Cutter, or what remains of it. If this is how you pass a test, I'd hate to see what you do to a boat and you fail. What a joke.
We're lucky to be alive.
It was a tricky run. Even I only saw the breakers at the last second.
You don't have to make excuses for him. The truth is, not everyone is meant to have people's lives in their hands.
Wow. What the?
despair.
Oh, yeah. I heard the, what would you call that? The skittering of an insect. It's Ko, man. Like, they've really, like, taken every element of, like, each individual spirit world shenanigan journey and melded it all into this. Whether it's from this or Korra, for that matter. Uh-oh. There he is.
What have we here?
Oh!
Someone who can resist? That can't be possible.
Yo!
Unless it's my old friend, the Avatar. One of your previous incarnations tried to slay me.
Why would I try to kill you?
Something about stealing the face of someone you love.
You know all about stealing, don't you?
Ugh.
Perhaps you've come to return.
They somehow made it
what you stole.
Grosser.
All I want is to find my friends.
Now, why would I let you play with my food?
Ugh. The hell?
Hello?
Oh! Whoa!
Kiawentiio?
Aw.
You finally made it!
Wait, has he been residing in the spirit world this whole time?
This isn't real. It can't be.
Or is it just another
trick.
yeah,
Another
trick?
illusion.
There are lots of illusions here, but you've emerged from the fog. This is real.
It's like Korra finding Iroh.
Most who perished moved on in the great cycle. I chose a different path
Why?
because I knew you would need me.
My friends. They're somewhere in the fog.
That is the fog of lost souls, a place that imprisons people in their darkest memories, and it is the hunting ground for Ko, the face stealer. He preys on those paralyzed by despair and doubt.
He must have the villagers too. The ones we came to rescue.
Ko will have taken them to his lair. Ko will hold them there until he's ready to feed. When that happens, their souls will be lost forever.
What the fuck?
I have to save them.
Ko
I mean, that's
is a
wicked,
primal
but
spirit, a dangerous and ruthless predator. There is no way to defeat him.
I have to try.
Previous avatars have tangled with Ko. Roku once even got the best of the spirit, but nobody knows exactly what happened.
The hell?
And I need to talk to Roku.
Roku's temple is in the Fire Nation. It'll be a dangerous journey.
I don't have a choice. I'll be back.
Aang, there's something I need to tell you. You couldn't have done anything if you'd stayed with us.
No.
You couldn't have stopped the Fire Nation. You couldn't have prevented the war. You would have just died, along with everyone else. It's not your fault.
No.
So, let go.
Can we talk about it when I get back?
Of course.
No.
You should hurry. Ko will feed again before too long.
Right. Once I save my friends, I want more time.
See, now we're going to the Fire Temple anyway.
I hope you can help me, Avatar.
Ah, like it just looks like just like the animated Roku.
Sorry, buddy. I can't come this time. You too, Mama. It's too dangerous.
Keeping sight of what's important can be hard. Sometimes it feels like we'll always be alone. And the only thing keeping us company is our own pain. We tell ourselves we are the problem.
You can see sparks of the blue coming out.
Especially when things we can't control come our way.
Yan.
That's why we must let go of our pain and regret. And remember what it is we're really fighting for. The ones we love. Let that be the light that guides you through the most treacherous of times and the darkest of nights.
All right, man. God. I mean, okay. I gotta do this. I gotta do this. I gotta take myself, like, delete the show from my brain. Completely. Just erase. Drag that shit into the recycling bin. Click, empty that shit. All that outside of this. And the way that this works within itself, it was a pretty compelling episode. From the Zuko and again Iroh kind of experiencing the world. This episode had a very strong overarching theme of pain and how we kind of latch onto that, or how it latches onto us, and the effects of that pain. And what happens when you let it keep you away from letting anybody help you, letting anybody in, or anything like that. Ozai is pushing Azula to be better by using Zuko as a way to purposefully infuriate her and drive her. You know, using that own thing, I learned this from you, Dad. You know, water the right seeds, blah, blah, blah. When she doesn't realize that what he's doing to her is exactly that. He knows she's the one he can put his faith in. But, you know, it's not care, love, appreciation, adoration, or respect that is going to drive her to becoming that. It is that pain, that twisting of the knife, giving Zuko that praise that she so desperately wants, just pushes her to do better and be better. And we saw her flames get hotter and go from regular fire to blue. Her iconic fire is always blue, except when we see flashbacks. We never see outside of, actually no, we just never see Azula until in the season 1 in the animated series until the very end when we got our stinger for the next season. So it's interesting, while she's not out in the field, she's not actively interfering with the Avatar and Zuko's mission, we're getting to see what is happening with her story and Ozai back home. We're getting to see what fans that flame, stokes that fire, and causes her to burn hot. When her anger was getting out of control, her fire got hotter. Blue fire is hotter than orange fire. I like that they incorporated that. And further she gets frustrated, the more intense her emotions get, the hotter that flame gets as well. So like when she was about to pummel in that guy when her lesson was over, but she wanted to keep training, and he was just pushing her, and she was just unloading that frustration. And then she had him down, she ignited her fist, and then it just slowly creeped into blue before it cut out. And then when she was training here and slipping up, it's very similar to when she was doing the lightning bending thing on the boat, and her hair fell out of place and it wasn't quite perfect. She was trying to perfect these forms. And of course, just like with that same scene, it was orange, orange, orange. And then that last burst, it was mostly orange, but there was blue sparks that went, some of it was starting to tinge. So it's showing how much this perseverance and this pain is a huge driving factor for her. Meanwhile, Zuko, at every turn, we've had this one guy, I forget his name, that is trying to like ease the tension, be there to help, even if he makes a couple of mistakes here and there. Like he's just trying to help. Like he genuinely didn't think that was anything to report, but Zuko keeps just belittling him. Like Zuko's pain is keeping him from building these connections with people who genuinely want to help him. And Iroh's lesson while he's out in the world is how to let people help you, or how to see the world from a different angle and realize when and who you can lean on for support, looking at things from a different angle, getting another perspective, letting go of that. But like that last scene too, where Zuko's back on the ship, looking at them all having a good old time, he's just off by himself because of the way he's kind of dealing with his own thing. Aang's fixation has been on his role. his pain of his loss of his people. But getting to meet Gyatso in the spirit world allows him to kind of take a step back from that and have that pain relieved. Obviously, there's still going to be the pain of loss and all of that stuff, but the guilt, he's kind of been absolved of that, or at least that's what Gyatso was trying to do by easing his mind that even if you were there, you would have just fallen with us. It wouldn't have changed anything. And it really wouldn't. He would have just died with the rest of them. It goes on that he's still carrying this burden about trying to do all of these things. He doesn't want to fail at everything. He feels like he's got to shoulder the weight of all of these responsibilities. He doesn't want to ignore any village, any person that he comes across, and let alone be the kind of person that would fail to save his friends when they were in danger, when he got him in trouble to begin with. You know, most of this season long, we've been seeing Katara carrying around this. We've been getting glimpses of it, this memory, this trauma that has come from knowing that her mother sacrificed herself to protect her daughter, that she's the reason her mother is dead. How does she redirect that pain? And right now, that's something she's been trying to figure out. We had a little bit of help from and guidance, oddly enough, from Jet, which was really nice. And then on the flip side of that, we've seen this seeded all throughout. It was a very big component in both the Suki episode back on Kyoshi Island about his role as a warrior, and then even accentuated a little bit more in episode 3 when the Mechanist was talking about, hey, we got a lot of warriors. We don't have very many great engineers. You have a great mind. Cultivate that. The way that Sokka's identity of what he's been expected to do for his village, his role that's kind of been pushed onto him, and whether or not he's good or worthy of that role. That's been his pain that he's kind of been carrying out. And I like that the Fox even called him. I was like, so do you always crack a joke when someone's trying to actually dig into the meat of a problem? Like, there's some really good ideas that build off of what we have been seeing so far. And I do think the spirit world was visualized really nicely. I liked seeing all these different spirit creatures. Ko looked great. Wan Shi Tong looked great. It just makes me wonder if he's just on like a little bit of a vacation back home, like he left the library, because I would be very remiss if we do not do the library. I don't know. He flew away. So in my head, he flew back to the library. He was just up here visiting family or something. I don't know. And like the inclusion of Wan Shi Tong, other than being like, hey, I recognize that guy, doesn't really add anything here. They just kind of treated him like a random spirit creature, which they could have used literally anything instead of literally him. I don't know that we necessarily needed to do Ko right now, or at least in this way. If they had followed like Ko from the series itself, Aang would have been dead immediately in this iteration. Because the whole thing is, if you make an expression, you lose your face. He automatically steals it. You have to make no expression at all when confronting him. Any micro expression, if he sees it, you lose your face. That's his fucking twisted ass power. He collects your face into his, whatever you call it, carapace. And they just kind of skirted away from that and just made him a big old centipede guy. That's this thing where I'm coming down to comparing it to the show again. You know, if I take all of that out, it's fine. Like, it works in this context for what they're trying to do. As a comparison to the show, in my head, I'm just wondering, what the fuck were they smoking in this episode? Because this was like every spirit world thing from seasons 1, 2, 3, and Korra put into one. The Fog of Lost Souls, Ko, Wan Shi Tong. We had this QB, this fox. It's not one of his fox spirits. It's not one of the library foxes. That was a completely different spirit. Instead of meeting Iroh in the spirit world, he met Gyatso. Obviously, that was Korra and not Aang. Aang never met anyone he knew in here. We're pulling from all over the place. It's just a really odd choice, to be honest. This episode also kind of works as a little bit of a rebuttal that they removed all the side quest episodes, because this basically is one big side quest that is now turned into a multi-episode thing. Even though they did the Kyoshi stuff back on Kyoshi Island, which replaced the Roku thing, they're still going to Roku just to find out, how'd you beat Ko that one time? I need your cheat codes on how to beat Ko. How did you get the best of this guy? Like, how'd you do it? It just feels so out of place. The fact that we already rearranged these things and did all of the Roku stuff with Kyoshi, and now it's just, we'll go meet Roku, but just to know how to beat Ko. And it's almost like Roku is taking the place of the witch and the frogs for him to go off and fight Oh, are we going to replace what happens with the Blue Spirit and Aang getting captured with the Yuyan archers, which just showed up with that letter for Zhao at the end of this? Is that going to now happen at Roku's temple instead of when he's going out to get the frogs to help Katara and Sokka? Are they going to kind of do that, but instead it's to get advice from Roku in order to help them get out of this situation from Ko? Interesting. If I just remove the show from my brain and the correlations of the things, I think it works in the context of this show with what they are doing, with the story they have set up. But if I take into account the show that is being adapted here, I'm not sure what kind of led them to make the choices that they've made. I'm a little, if you can't tell, conflicted on this episode because I like it by itself. But standing beside the original, it just feels so baffling. So I'm very torn on this episode. The execution of the episode and everything within it, I thought was really, really well done. Again, I feel like the acting is slowly getting better and better. Sokka is still funny, but he's also very tragic. He's got a lot of this stuff going on that's really cool, really interesting. I love all the scenes with Iroh and Zuko and him trying to figure out how to navigate the world. It's a lot of fun. I really like all the scenes with those two and that relationship. I think they're representing that pretty well. You know, June looks great. The Shirshu looked great. The spirits look great. Like overall, like everything about this episode like comes off pretty solid. How do you all feel about this one? Sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We're carrying the conversation after the video. Hope you enjoyed the reaction. If you did, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already. Remember, if you want to see the full-length reaction, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, get you access as well. And speaking of before you go, I want to shout out our channel legends: Manny Sherritt, Ryan Karen, Your Course Scott, Melita, Rubber Anguiano, Jeffrey Hale, Jake Cottrell, Eric Official, Casey Wood, Russell Crockett, and Justin Smith. Thank you guys so much for continued support. That's it for this video, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everybody.